Hey guys, Lori here, pharmacist. So, started out with a bang this morning. Had a mother send me a message through Facebook. I had actually corresponded with her back the end of December. She had taken her adult daughter in her 20s to the ER because she had the flu. She was running a fever and they were attempting to prescribe Tamiflu and she wanted my take on it. I, in no uncertain terms, went like that. And I gave her the connection to, or the links to information on the Tamiflu because I want anyone to make a informed decision. Don't just take my word or my advice or what I would do if it was my child. However she did, the child did not get Tamiflu. And then today she sent me a link to a story entitled "Young Boy Hears Voices After Suffering from Apparent Tamiflu-Induced Hallucinations." And she thanked me again for giving her advice and for helping guide her in what was right and alerting her to the dangers of Tamiflu. Anyway, then I had another news story come across my feed about a 13-year-old girl who, the title of the story was "Died from Complications of the Flu." However, when you keep reading the story, she received Tamiflu and went into difficulty breathing and then went later to pass on. We got to know what's going on with this Tamiflu, guys. We got to understand, healthcare professionals, we got to wake up, we got to rise up because people that are handing out Tamiflu like candy, maybe they're not aware of the potential serious side effects and that Tamiflu not only can cause every side effect of the flu, but then some, like nosebleed, psychotic episodes, breathing difficulties. Why you would give a child something that would cause breathing difficulties when they already have a sickness that can cause breathing difficulties is beyond the scope of my comprehension, to be quite frank. Anyway, you know, it's interesting because as the years have gone on, looking back in the 1970s, 1980s, when hardly any children died of the flu, and now every year it's, so many children dying of the flu. And there was another 4-year-old little girl. She didn't die, thank God, but she had incredible brain swelling as a complication of the flu. You know, I raised 2 healthy children who I did not vaccinate. I realized that the diseases were being eradicated before the vaccines were brought on the market. That was brought to my attention by a naturopathic doctor, and I made an informed decision to withhold vaccinating my children, and I can tell you I have never regretted that, and neither have they. They also had incredibly strong immune systems growing up. They were void of ear infections. I never treated either of my kids for an ear infection. They were just able to, if they were sick, it was, 12, 18 to 24 hours. We weren't hanging out at the ER. They weren't on ADD or ADHD meds. They don't have autoimmune disorders. I really lived a charmed life as a mother and had no idea how much I was in helping my children when I chose not to inject them with all those toxins. They both had chicken pox. I had to take about 2 weeks off of work. That was my summer vacation. Actually, it was kind of more like a spring vacation because they both had chicken pox. It took about 2 weeks for all of that to resolve. But it was so traumatic, neither of them even remembers it. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just not seeing this new improved, the Tamiflu and all the flu shots benefiting the kids. Not by a long shot. Not seeing all the injected toxins benefiting the kids. As a matter of fact, every news story that I read into it and I really look and go, what really went on here? And why did this child not recover like a normal, healthy child would have if this were back in the 80s or the 70s, In the instance of the 4-year-old, I imagine she's vaxxed to the hilt. I imagine her immune system cannot even stave off a case of the flu. And so it developed into something really traumatic. Yeah. So I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. You can't get health in a syringe and you can't get it in a pill. Vaccines are not designed to cure. Vaccines are not designed to boost the immune system. Your body never needed a vaccine. Okay? there's nothing in a vaccine that your body craves. So, have vaccines in the past saved lives? I don't know. You got to start researching the vaccines and the history of vaccines and come to that conclusion on your own. So, but I think it's time for healthcare professionals to stop blindly following and just believing what we're told. It's disturbing when I've asked over half a dozen doctors now what the rationale is for giving Hep B to a newborn, and none of them can tell me. All they can do is quote the schedule. I think that's pretty darn sad. Healthcare professionals, wake up. Healthcare professionals, rise up. Healthcare professionals, use your own brain and think. Yeah, we work for a profit-based industry. They profit off of you being sick, me being sick, our children being sick, our animals being sick. As long as that's the case, are they really going to be looking out for our best interest? From what I'm seeing, absolutely not. They are not. But you draw your own conclusion. All right. Lori Wise, you can contact me on Facebook as The Wise Pharmacist or as Lori Wise. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm just here to speak the truth as I see it. Anyway, it's up to you to draw your own conclusion. Talk soon.